Round 2. Stanley Doris of Andres getting in those combinations. The left, the right. Another left and a right. Another left and a right. Kevin Francis of New Providence fighting back. There you have Francis in the red. Stanley Doris coming out competitive in round 2 of the first fight. This is the straw weight, 105 pounds or less. And there you have Kevin Francis in the red of Buccaneers. And that will bring an end to round 2. So 2 rounds passed so far. We've seen Kevin Francis of New Providence Buccaneers coming out with the left and right jabs. Connecting to Andres. This one is going to be pretty close. And once again, this is the straw weight, 105 pounds or less. As we get ready for the final round, there's the bell. Both fighters now squaring off in round number 3 of the first bout here in the finals. A gold medal round. There's a left and a right by Stanley Doris of Andres. Another left and a right. Those headshots connecting. Francis is in the corner. Stanley Doris of Andres coming out for action. There's another left and a right. Another left and a right, and he's connecting the strike zone, head, torso, and body in the strawweight belter. There you have Stanley. Kevin Francis now have Stanley Doris of Andres in the corner. A left and a right. New Providence now coming back. Gregory McPhee, the senior official in the ring, giving Stanley Doris of Andres his 8 count. That's the first and the final round of the first bout in this finals. And there's the bell. Judges will now tally up the scores. And all of the fights today will be gold medal fights. But an excellent showing by these young fighters, 12 and 13 years old, stepping into the ring. We now await the scoring by the judges to find out who will be the winner of the first bout and the final day of boxing at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium. Once again, for those of you that are just tuning in, Stanley Doris of Andrus and Kevin Francis of New Providence Buccaneers taking to the ring.
Mike, you didn't want me to use.
I lied. As we now await the scores are being tallied, and we'll find out in just a few minutes who is the winner of this first bout in this gold medal round. Both fighters now being called to the center. I'm also joined by my colleague, Shane Stubbs. Shane, you had an opportunity to see the first fight of the morning.
These two young men definitely left it all in the ring. I think watching this one, it seems like Stanley Doris out of New Providence definitely may have taken this one, but yet we await the call.
Here's the replay now of some of the action that is taking place. Yeah, we have Stanley Doris of Andrus definitely coming out on top of this one. In my opinion, he came out swinging, came out determined. These are young fighters. Many of them have not gotten this experience to fight at this level, but they're now fighting.
This anonymous decision. With all the results in, the winner of this bout is in the corner.
Need for the announcement?
Mm-hmm.
We use that one.
That off.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you just tell me? Ladies and gentlemen,
Here now
the winner of this bout, all the way from New Providence, in the red corner,
a unanimous decision. New Providence, Kevin Francis takes the first fight of the night. That's the first bout on the straw weight. 105 pounds or less. Kevin Francis winning in a unanimous vote over Stanley Doris of Andrus. Both fighters coming out and putting on a tremendous performance. 13 and 12 years old. But New Providence coming out on top of this one, winning. In the second matchup of the night, we will have Milton Newbold taking on Daniel Simmons. That too will be a strawweight fight. Following that matchup, we will have Mario Gordano, the featherweight, taking on Joseph Smith. Danico Miller taking on Keno Cox. We'll get the islands in just a few moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing here with young Stanley Dorelis out of New Providence. Stanley, you came out in this one very, very aggressive. What was your coach telling you as you came into this fight?
He was telling me to keep throwing blows and non-stopping, and just keep throwing and don't lose.
All right, how old are you?
9.
How long have you been fighting?
I can't remember. It was 9 years.
All right, but now just talk a little bit about your coaching coming into this one. You know, do you see yourself, fighting long term?
Huh?
Do you see yourself fighting long term?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
No, you got a bright future in it, though.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Back to you, Ramiko.
Thank you so much, Shane. That was Shane Stubbs standing by with the interviewing the winner of the first fight of the night, of the first fight of the morning, rather, Kevin Francis of New Providence Buccaneers.
Milton Bull. Milton Newbull. Coaches, get your fighters ready. Moments ago, folks, you saw two fights by Stanley Dorelis and Kevin Francois. Two electrifying fights. You cut me off? Yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Destin, take it still here. Ladies and gentlemen, just bear with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next bout in the red corner, Vincent Newbold. This. In the blue corner, all the way from the salty planet, Daniel Simmons. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for electrifying performance by two athletes who was working out during the pandemic.
Daniel Simmons. Two. I get you, but I'm today I was a what nearly noise. He plays along with it. And we're getting started of the second bout of the morning. Round number one, Milton Newbold of New Providence Buccaneers taking on Daniel Simmons of Mike Cal. There's a left by Milton. And Milton has been one of those fighters who, I think he won his first fight in this boxing segment of the Bahamas Games as we get started. The second bout.
Nevertheless, Mike Cal has definitely proven their work so far in the boxing segment of these Bahamas Games. And remember, on the first day, they picked up the first few wins in this segment. The boxing program, Mike Cal is definitely working for these youngsters.
Absolutely.
And it says a lot about these young men. They show that they're taking the instruction that the coaches give them. They apply it in the ring. They're willing to listen to the critique. It says a lot about the humility of these young men.
Absolutely. They came out here early this morning and we saw a lot of them warming up, getting their jabs in outside, no matter how hot it was. They came here to fight, and these are young men who love the sport.
Yeah, it definitely shows. Their hunger definitely shows in these fights.
There now a left and a right by Mike Cal, and that will conclude round number one in the second bout. Slow start, but getting there.
It was a very, very balanced one. Everyone getting their nerves out first.
Yeah.
Initial nerve on part of the fighters, but now you can expect them, I guess, now to come out swinging in the second and try to get one up on the other.
And for those under 16 fighters, the rounds will be 2 minutes per round. And so these fights will go by pretty quickly, and many of them won't have an opportunity to throw as many strikes as they may want. But it's those legal punches that land in the head, torso, or the body shots off the knuckle that will count for points. Here's the replay of this one we saw where there's a good jab there by Daniel Simmons.
And their feel for the ring is definitely something that is to be noted. You can imagine, you know, how the countless hours they put into their training.
Hours upon hours. But look at the boxing stance. Both of these fighters are very composed. This is a great matchup between the two. Milton, Daniel, New Providence, Michael. And Milton Newbold will get his first 8 count of this second round and bout 2 of the gold medal round in the boxing series of the Bahamas Games.
They've really got these fans into it.
There's another right jab by Milton, another left by Milton, another left and a right. And New Providence is connecting to Daniel Simmons of Michael. Both. There you have a right jab, a great right jab by Daniel Simmons. There's another right by Milton. A left and a right by both fighters. A right, great right hook and a... Ooh.
This is where they're going to let it all hang loose now.
There's a right and a left.
A lot of control, a lot of points.
There you have another right hook before the end of the round. And Michael looks like he came out on top of that second round here in the second bout of this boxing edition.
Right, he showed a lot of composure, a lot of poise. Pulled back on some of his punches where he didn't see an angle. And took advantage of all the openings he could get. Now it's up to Kishno Major, the coach for New Providence, to get his fighter ready for this third round.
Newbold of New Providence is going to have to score some more points if he wants to come up with this win.
And, you know, having these young fighters on this stage, it shows us a glimpse into the future. You know, the sport of boxing in this country is not dead. All these kids need are an opportunity. They just need the proper training. They just need the right backing to get them, you know, where they need to go.
Absolutely. And here's the start of round number 3. There's a right and a left. A great connect by Daniel Simmons. And Newbold will get us an 8 count.
That was a stiff right arm. Hopefully Milton can shake off the cobwebs.
Daniel Simmons connecting earlier with a beautiful right hook. And there's another right and a left. And a right and a left, and Newbold is swinging. Now in round 3 of the second bout of the morning. A great connect by Daniel Simmons, and Newbold will get another 8 count. And by referee Gregory McPhee.
Calls the fight.
Both fighters.
He calls the fight.
He calls the fight. That's it.
Wow.
That's it. There you have Daniel Simmons of Michael
A TKO
putting
victory.
on a show.
That's the first TKO victory we've seen in this competition.
Absolutely. The referee calls the fight after Milton Newbold got several 8 counts. And we have to understand that these fighters are young. And so we wouldn't want them to go the distance after taking several serious jabs to the head. So great call there by referee Gregory McPhee to call that one.
Testing.
And I believe we just witnessed our first.
So that's a knockout, right?
Fight that was called throughout this segment, the boxing segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, What you just
Scores are
witnessed
now
was an
being tallied,
RSC.
but I think it is pretty clear who came out on top of this
The
one.
referee stopped
We're
the
still
fight
watching the strawweight fights.
of-
Michael, clothed in the black, of Daniel Simmons. New Providence Buccaneers Milton Newbold. There you have Simmons calling the fight after Milton Newbold took several jabs to the head. And that's a part of the rules. The rule states that after 3 warnings, the fight will be stopped, especially when you're dealing with the younger fighters, and we're still in the straw weight. That's 105 pounds or less. So we now await for the scores to be tallied. However, we saw where the Gregory McPhee stopped the fight after Milton Newbold of New Providence took several jabs to the head. We just witnessed our second bout here in the final, in the gold medal round of the boxing segment of the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games. A lot more fighting to come. The featherweight, lightweight, junior welterweight, cruiserweight, and things will heat up even more than it is so far in this gymnasium. Things are pretty hot. As the fans are off, but they're working to get that situation sorted out. And we now await the scores. But it was a beautiful exhibition there, a beautiful fighting display by both fighters, New Providence Buccaneers and Michael Daniel Simmons. We go now to Shane Stubbs standing by with the winner, Daniel Simmons of Michael.
I am here ringside with young Daniel Simmons picking up a huge TKO victory for Michael. Daniel, tell me how you feel after that fight.
I feel better than ever. I feel that I could fight again right now. I didn't thank my coach for teaching me how to fight.
You came away with a big TKO victory. You landed some big shots on your opponent. Just talk a little bit about, your prep coming into this fight. And what was your mindset, coming in into those rounds?
That fight was taller. He was heavier than me, so I would just say, don't be scared. My coach teach me great. Anytime you don't be scared, he put me on the mat and he showed me how to fight him.
All right. Coach, just talk a little bit about your fighter. What did you see from him out there?
Yeah, he's an excellent fighter, good student, always at the gym, always working out. He work hard at the gym. Him along with me and Vince, coach, we train them hard. We work at them 5 days of the week.
Very determined.
Very determined, yeah.
What else can we see out of Michael today?
More goals coming.
Take it over. They carry all the goals. We coming for where they take. We coming. Get it back. We get it back in deep south.
There you have it. Michael is coming for all the gold. Back to you, Ramiko.
Thank you so much, Shane. That was the coach of Michael and Daniel Simmons, the winner of the second bout here in the final round that we just watched. And like I said, a lot more fighting to come. So stay tuned. We're going to send it back to you in studio as we wait for the third bout here and the final day of boxing at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium.
I came into this today and said, you know what, I am not going to use my mindset. I am not going to use my mindset. Second fight, I end up using mindset.
That's where you from?
Who's that?
Where you from?
Freeport.
Justin.
Mario
We're from Nassau, New Providence.
You getting yourself in the studio. Right. You fucking ass. Oh, what's this mic that coming into this? Oh, man.
Listen, let's go to the next.
Mario Gazad. Freeport, New Providence, make your way to the stage.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. They're there now. They're ready. I don't know who's the next fight. Calling out the list there.
Hey, only because I watched this thing when we were coming up. Like, and
The boat?
Make it do what it do.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the next bout out of New Providence in the red corner, Mario Gazad. In the blue corner, out of the north, Freeport, Grand Bahama, here's Josiah Smith. So, ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for electrifying performance right here at C.I. Gibson Auditorium.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting set for bout number 3. A good old-fashioned Grand Bahama versus New Providence bout. We've got Josiah Smith in the blue corner, representing Grand Bahama, and Mario Gadano of New Providence in the red corner. Both fighters on the eye test seem to pretty much match up with each other. Not sure who is going to have the reach on who, but I'm sure we're in for a great fight. You know, a lot at stake today with the gold medal, with this being a gold medal round. As the fighters line up and get their marching orders. And you don't want to see another DQ like we saw on the first night. You want to see all these fighters go the distance. And, you know, come out of the ring healthy. In good shape, of course. You know, they've got a long, bright future ahead of them. You know, as long as they keep going with the sport. As the fighters head to their corners and get ready for the bell, we are in for a treat. In Providence getting a little antsy.
And here we go. We now move into our featherweight segment. That's Mario Gadaro of New Providence Buccaneers and Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama. And there's
That's
the
what-
bell.
that's
Grand
what comes
Bahama
out.
coming out with a big left.
Both fighters coming out very, very
There's another
aggressive.
left and a right. A left. Woo. The-
Both fighters trying to set the tone. Big swings.
Mario Gadaro of New Providence.
Ties up Grand Bahama. Kind of stopped the fury.
Grand Bahama, Josiah Smith. Very aggressive fighter, but we can tell by the way he's coming out just with those left and right and those body shots, the jabs. Another left and right. Another right and a left. Ooh.
He's determined to carry that gold medal back
Absolutely.
home to Grand Bahama.
Mario Gadaro who getting his first 8 count.
You have Nassau's coach telling them to stand up, don't show any signs of weakness.
And he calls that fight. Referee
we think
says
the ref
that
is-
one is over.
The
Wow.
time.
That's like Ukraine dropping bombs on Russia.
What do you got, a TKO?
As
RSC? Okay.
I think we have a referee stoppage on our hands as we await to see the final word. Josiah Smith coming out very, very aggressive, landing some big shots, and I think the referee saw enough.
Absolutely.
I know QA just said,
saw,
you want to see these fights go all the way, but if you got fighters coming out aggressive like Josiah Smith, then as we're being told, there's a referee stoppage contest due to Nassau's
taking too long to respond.
taking a little too long to respond.
That's what happens during that 8 count. You have a few seconds to respond to the referee during that 8-second count, and if you don't give him the kind of response that he looks for, he's going to stop the fight.
All right, so it looks like Grand Bahama is taking this one after Smith with a very aggressive showing.
But
Ladies and gentlemen, what we just witnessed just now is our RSC referee stop contest. Ladies and gentlemen, because of that, Freeport Grand Bahama would automatically win this bout. The referee stopped the contest. RSC. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another match coming up. It's going to be another electrifying performance by two gladiators. They're going to go head-to-heads in this ring. Folks, we can come on down to C.I. Gibson Gin right there on Marathon Road, on Wolf Road, where you can get electrifying gladiators performance. All of these athletes were working out and training during the pandemic and just waited for this moment. We all know what's in your wallet.
that's New Providence. Keno Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, this bout, all the way from the Northern Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama in the blue corner, is officially declared the winner. Ladies and gentlemen,
Check.
Up next, folks, another bout will be between Freeport, Grand Bahama and New Providence again. We're going to see if it's a walk of fame or a walk of shame. Coming to in the red corner will be Doncino Miller. And then Freeport in the blue corner will be Keno Cox.
I can square up with you so you can think of it. No, he ain't. We now go over to our colleague Shane Stubbs, who is standing by with the winner of the third bout. That is Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama, who won by a referee stopping the contest. Take it away, Shane. Are you ready yet? And following that, we will see another fight by Larico Baker, a junior welterweight. He will take on Tishla Francis. And then we move over to the welterweight, where we will see DeAndre Plaside taking on Jariah Francis. Following that, we will see Anaya Powell taking on Jason Bethel. And Kevin Burrows taking on Peter Gray. So a lot of exciting fights coming up in this final round of the boxing segment.
Sure.
But it's been three great fights so far. We've seen Stanley Kevin Francis of New Providence in the strawweight take the first bout. We've also seen Daniel Simmons of Michael taking that second one, the referee stopping that contest, and a third fight that was stopped this morning. Josiah Smith of the featherweight, that's 126 pounds. That fight was stopped as well. And this is the referees is paying close attention to the response of the fighters, and once they get that 8 count and they see that they're not responding in the way that they should, they stop the fight. So I see that my colleague Shane Stubbs is now ready. Take it away,
I'm
Shane.
here with Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama, who had a very, very short fight, a referee stoppage contest for you. You pick up a gold medal at these games. How are you feeling?
Spectacular. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. God is King. Everything I have is because of the Father.
You came into this fight very aggressive. You got an early start. Talk a little bit about your prep coming into the game. Your first one. How do you feel to pick up this gold medal?
So in my gym, I always fight people bigger, smaller, stronger than me, and so I've been prepared to handle heavy hitters and fast hitters. So I just did my best, and with everything I've learned on my combos, my aggressiveness.
All right, definitely no fear in you. So just talk a little bit about what you gotta do now forward with boxing.
Only go higher. higher. Train more, get stronger, get faster, go to the top.
All right, there you have it, Josiah Smith. Back to you, Ramiko.
Thank you so much, Shane. Standing by with the winner, Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama. As we go back to the replays, we saw where Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama came out just aggressive, connecting to the body of Mario Godaro of New Providence Buccaneers, and so much so that the referee decided that we're going to stop this fight, and that is the second fight that was stopped here this morning. And great job by the referees. Once they noticed, like I said, if those fighters are not responding during that 8 count, they stop the fight. And so we now move over to our lightweight bout. This is the 4th bout of the morning. That will be Donico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers. He will take on Keno Cox of Grand Bahama. So far, Grand Bahama has won 1 bout. We've seen Michael winning in the 2nd bout over Milton Newbold of New Providence Buccaneers. That was the strawweight bout. And then we've seen where New Providence Buccaneers came out again with a win. Kevin Francis winning over Stanley Doris of Andrus. And so 3 fights in the books, and we go to our 4th lightweight fight. And until then, let's take it ringside.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next bout. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner, the lightweight. Here is Keno Miller from New Providence. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the northern Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahamas. Here's Keno Smith, Cloudman. Ladies and gentlemen, these 2 gladiators will be going head to head. We'll be seeing able to be is a walk of fame or the walk of shame. Freeport has just stopped Nassau moments ago, and let's see if Nassau has the ability to stop Freeport. Officiating, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Vincent Strawn as one of the certified officials as he continues to examine the boxes to make sure that all of the requirements are met. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to enjoy this warm climate right here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas at C.I. Gibson Senior High Gym, Auditorium, Marathon Road, and Wolf Road. Are you ready?
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Keno Cox squaring up with Donico Miller. Another bout between Grand Bahama and New Providence. As we move into bout 4 of the gold medal round of these boxing matches here at the Bahamas Games. A great showing from these boxers so far. Nearing the close of these Bahamas Games, which have been widely accepted, and I'm sure the fans can appreciate the hard work and the tenacity all of these athletes across every discipline came in with to give them a show. As the judges get set. Vincent Strawn, president of the Boxing Federation here in the country, is the referee for this bout. Here we go. Big swings, as we could expect. Already the ref trying to get some control in this fight.
There you have a great fighting right here. A great fighting match between Donico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers and Keno Cox of Grand Bahama. Keno Cox dressed in the blue and Donico Miller in the red. Here's round 1 of the lightweight bout and the 4th of the morning. Well, it looks like Donico Miller nearly lost his footing. There's a good hit. Whoa. Keno Cox. And Miller will get the first 8 count. He looked like he lost his footing twice.
Assert dominance. That has been the motto of these fights from the opening bell.
Keno Cox coming back out and hitting shots, headshots to Donico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers.
Another 8 count. Are we going to see another referee stoppage?
We may see it.
You can hear Jermaine Gibson, coach of Grand Bahama, letting him know it's there. Go for it.
I think if we see one more, it'll be over. There's another right hand to the face of Donico Miller. Keno Cox. And he will go to the corner again for another 8 count. And Grand Bahama coming out very aggressive, connecting those head shots, those jabs, those head blood to the body of Donico Miller.
And you can see his teammates on the sideline egging him on, knowing that he's in full control of this fight.
And that will bring an end to round number 1 here in the 4th bout of the morning. Lightweight between Keno Cox and Donico Miller.
I can appreciate that it was a flurry from Grand Bahama in that first round, but now Donico's got to remember he's got 2 more rounds in this fight. It's on him now to come out swinging in the second to get himself back into this thing. This thing is not over.
The replay now where Grand Bahama Keno Cox was able to basically dominate that first round.
Definitely.
Dominating that first round. And Donico Miller lost his footing several times. As we head now into the second round of this 4th bout, lightweight.
You can tell Keanu, he wants that stoppage. He wants to make this thing short.
And we're seeing some pretty hard hits here.
I don't know if that's a personal thing between these two, but boy.
It looks very personal. But all for the sport of boxing. Grand Bahama, New Providence squaring off. Grand Bahama, Keno Cox and Donico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers. There's a great shot by New Providence. Another by Grand Bahama.
This one may be
this is a hotly contested match between the two. Keno Cox and Donico Miller. There's another left and a right. A
lot of oohs and ahs coming from this crowd. They are giving them a show. Keanu, a lot of overhand rights connecting.
And I believe that's his third 8 count. And you see Vincent Strawn making sure that Donico Miller is able to continue this fight as he sends him to the corner.
Is this another stop? I think we have another stoppage.
Wow, that is the third RSC for the morning. Referee stopping contest. And Donico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers highly frustrated, as we just saw.
I think that was the message of Coach Jermaine Gibson as they came into this final round, this gold medal round. Make it short. Don't let it get to a decision.
But hats off to Grand Bahama Keno Cox. You see in the replay where he came out completely connecting his jabs to the helmet or to the headgear
And as
Danico Miller.
As ugly as it could look, that's one of the things with boxing. You don't want to leave any stone unturned. You want to make sure there's no doubt in anybody's mind, in the judge's mind, in anyone's mind, that you won this fight. And I think that has been the message for Jermaine Gibson. Leave no doubt in anyone's mind that they won every fight in these gold medal rounds.
Absolutely, and it seems like that's what Keno Cox came out there to do.
Definitely.
He was aggressive from the start, and there you have it, the referee stopping the contest. He stops the fourth fight, or the third fight of the morning. And so that one will go to Grand Bahama, Keno Cox. That's 2 wins now for Grand Bahama. We just saw where Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama also won due to the referee stopping the contest. Before that, we saw Michael Daniel Simmons winning, and Kevin Francis of New Providence Buccaneers winning. So New Providence picking up 1 so far.
Right. And with a lot of fights left to go, who knows? We are very much in for a treat as the decision is about to be made.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed it again. RSC referee stop contest. Ladies and gentlemen, coming all the way from Freeport, Grand Bahama, Keno Cox is the winner of this bout. Ladies and gentlemen, he is home of the Salty Planet, and he was loaned to Freeport, Grand Bahama. As we continue to witness, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause for a quick break as we do a reward ceremony. We'll be right back after these messages.
Great showing by all of the boxers so far, putting on an exceptional performance here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium for the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games boxing segment. Today is the final round, and so many of these boxers will receive their gold medals once we are completed. But as we just witnessed just now, if we can go back to a replay, Keno Cox of Grand Bahama piling on those jabs on New Providence Buccaneers' Danico Miller. And he was able to come away with the win.
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Looking at Danico Miller, he's very disappointed as he expected to come out here and perform. I'm going to send it over to our colleague Sheen Stubbs, who's standing by with the winner, Danico, or Keno Cox, in just a moment. But excellent fighting that we've seen here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium for this boxing edition. Strawweight, featherweight, lightweight, junior weight. And as we head later on into this segment of boxing, we'll see these fighters come out and put on an exceptional performance. As I mentioned earlier, 3 bouts so far have been stopped by the referee due to the boxers not responding in a timely fashion during the 8 count. You'll notice that once the boxer gets hit to the head and the neck snaps back, the referee will stop it and give an 8 count to the boxer. And if the boxer does not respond in a timely fashion, the referee will stop the fight. Sheen Stubbs now standing by Keno Cox, the winner by a unanimous decision over Danico.
I'm here now ringside with Keanu Cox. Keanu, another referee stoppage for Grand Bahama. Just tell me how you're feeling coming out of that fight.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank God for waking me up this morning. And I feel great. First, my boxing career first started in Inagua, but now I'm in Freeport training, and I'm getting better as I go on.
Just talk a little bit, about, Coach Jermaine prepping you for this fight. Obviously, the message was to leave no doubt in anyone's mind that Grand Bahama won the fight.
Yeah, most definitely. You don't start working until you're dead. Shout out to Inagua still, because, it's my own island.
All right, Babe, when you watching, Michael kind of have a dominant run through these Bahamas games in boxing, just tell us a little bit how you feel about Michael having that kind of showing.
I'm very proud of them. They're doing good. I'm glad to know they're still working, They still making Inagua proud, representing us.
That's Counter Cost gold medalist, Coach Jermaine Gibson. Obviously, you guys came in to make sure that Grand Bahama is the definite winner in your matches. Just talk a little bit about what you're seeing out of your fighters so far.
Well, one of the things that I set out to do is to make sure that, first of all, my fighters are prepared in every way. When Keanu came up, he had he had 2 fights before, but he was disappointed a little bit. So we wanted to change that for him. And I'm just happy that with his hard work and dedication, once you work and follow the plan works. We don't talk too much. We talk with our fists.
There you have it. Certainly the fists are doing all the talking. Back to you, Rumiko.
Thank you so much, Shane. Grand Bahama certainly talking with their fists this morning, winning 2 matches so far. And as we head into our 5th bout of the morning, the junior welterweight, we will see Larico Baker taking on Tishla Francis. But until then, we send it back to the ringside as we await that fight. And it's been an exciting morning so far. We've seen, like I said, 4 bouts. 3 of those stopped by the referee due to those jabs to the head of those opponents. And so kudos to the referees here this morning, making sure that none of the athletes receive any injuries. We also have physicians and doctors on staff. It's also important to mention that none of these fights none of this tournament did not start without the physician and the doctors on site. And we had a delay this morning because the doctor was not here, but now things have gotten underway. And so beautiful day of boxing so far here at the C.I. Gibbs Gymnasium. As we await the 5th bout of the morning, we send it back to you on ringside. So at the moment, the Boxing Federation of the Bahamas will present a plaque to Wellington Sonny Boy Raman by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag. And that's what will take place. Well, 2 plaques will be presented, and all of them coming from the Boxing Federation of the Bahamas. Another will be presented to David Sugar Kid Bow in recognition of service and unselfish action to the Boxing Federation of the Bahamas. So we have reached our final day of boxing here in the 6th edition of the Bahamas Games. The gold medal rounds. These fighters were very, very excited to come out and compete today. Early this morning, they came out and they were in the sun. And although it was hot, they were out there getting those jabs in and warming up and getting prepared for what is taking place. So kudos to these boxers, man. And like you said earlier, it shows that boxing is still alive in the country.
Most definitely, as you can tell, in Niagara, Michael is a very proud bunch. They came into these games obviously to show that they have a lot of boxers, they have a lot of fighters, they have a lot of athletes, that can make a difference for Team Bahamas on any stage. And now with boxing, they're showing they're working, they're there. Come see about them.
Come see about them. And you heard the coach for Grand Bahama say just now they're talking with their fists.
Right, definitely.
So kudos to Grand Bahama picking up 2 wins so far. We have Mike Cal picked up 1. Kevin Francis of New Providence picked up 1. We still have a lot more fighting to go. But and speaking to these fighters, they gave a lot of credit to their coaches when you were interviewing them. And so it shows that these coaches put in the hard work, they put in the dedication, and they put in the time and effort into these children, to make sure that they can come out here and compete.
Right, definitely with combat sports, it's all about listening, it's all about taking your instruction and applying it in the ring. And you can see these kids they're putting their work to the test in these games.
Absolutely.
They're showing their worth, they're showing they're coachable, and that's what's going to get you through any combat sport. MMA, boxing, as long as you're disciplined, as long as you listen, as long as you're not in your head a little bit too much, you can go far.
Absolutely. I wonder what it took for these guys to dream of becoming a boxer. When we were kids, boxing wasn't a part of it.
Right. Well, definitely wasn't for me either. But obviously, you had a lot of greats like the late Ray Minus, like who we had on the show earlier, Toriano Johnson. It's a number of boxers that I can't name off the top of my head, but the inspiration is there.
Inspiration is definitely there.
Along with the international fighters that people see like Mayweather, Canelo, all those guys. The inspiration is there for these fighters, and obviously I know parents are a little hesitant to get their kids into boxing, throwing with their fists. Talking with my mom on the side, she was like, "These kids do not need to be in the ring, but it's a way out for them.
Yeah,
it's a way out for them.
It's an escape. It is an escape.
Like Manny Pacquiao, it was an escape for him. It was a way out, and this is something that actually makes you disciplined in life. It shows you, even though it shows you how to use your fists, but also shows you when to use them.
Absolutely, and you'll find that most boxers, they're very disciplined. They're not easily angered, and that's one of the things you see in the ring. Although you're taking those hits outside of the ring, for someone to take those kinds of jabs, anger will come in, anger will set in, and you will begin to, you display that. But in the ring, they're composed. In the ring, they are able to take those jabs, and it teaches you life lessons.
Definitely.
Speaking to a lot of coaches, they say boxing teaches you valuable life lessons, and it teaches you you're going to get knocked down, but you can get back up.
Right, definitely. Even if you're on the losing end of things, it teaches you how to be humble.
Absolutely.
It brings about a amount of humility. It just shows you that it's time for you, get back to work, go back to the drawing board. I tried this, that didn't work, so now let's see how I can make things work going into my next fight.
Absolutely. We now take it to the ring where we have the Minister of Youth Sports and Culture along with the President of the Bahamas Boxing Federation presenting a plaque.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're about to honor one of our fallen heroes, one of our former coaches, youth leader, and indeed a gentleman who loved people, loved community. The Honorable Minister will make a presentation to his family on his behalf.
Good evening, everyone. This award is from the Boxing Federation of the Bahamas to the family of Wellington Sonny Boy Ramming for a hero, champion, coach, and youth leader in the sport of boxing. And we say congratulations to him in his absence, in his time of death while he's not here with us. But we know that his family and his spirit is still here with us. And we say congratulations for lending him to us and the country at large. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Minister. And indeed, it is an honor and a pleasure.
There you have it, a plaque presentation by the Bahamas Boxing Federation, done by the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, to the family of Wellington Sonny Boy Ramming, a fallen hero, coach, youth advocate, and mentor to many of these boxers in the country.
You definitely want to honor the greats. You want to honor those who paved the way for our fighters, our athletes. And that's definitely a thing the Minister Mario Boleg is all about, giving these giants of men, their flowers. And unfortunately, even though he may not be here, it's great to always honor the past.
Absolutely, and I'm sure the family appreciated what was done just now. They were able to come out here and receive that in his honor. Because it takes a lot of time and sacrifice
Medal presentation
and commitment to give yourselves to these sports and to the development of these sports and to the children. And it takes away from the family. So you gotta, in a sense, have to thank the family for lending that person to these associations and federations, because most of the time they're away from their families while they are developing these sports.
And it shows a lot about the families that they're humble enough and willing enough to lend of their family members, to their calling.
We're going to take it back to ringside, where the president of the Boxing Federation, Vincent Strawn, will give another plaque.
Will the boxers for the presentation, would you please enter the ring? Please enter the ring. Stand right over there. Stand right next to him. Turn around. No, right here. Right over here. Look at that camera up there. Everybody, come on. Make it quickly. Come back a little bit. Come back a little bit. That's good. Go closer to him. Yeah, go closer. Go closer to him. He ain't going to bite you. The medals, please. Ladies and gentlemen, receiving the silver medal representing the island of Abaco, Kevin Francois in the PV division. Kevin Francois. Ladies and gentlemen, representing New Providence, receiving his silver medal in the 90 pounds division, Milton Newbold. Ladies and gentlemen, representing New Providence in the featherweight division, Mario Godard, receiving his silver medal. Ladies and gentlemen, again representing New Providence, Donico Miller in the 130 division or the lightweight division, Donico Miller. All the gold medalists come right to the line up right there. It's the last fight. Ladies and gentlemen, representing New Providence, receiving the gold medal in the PB division, Stanley Dorritz. Ladies and gentlemen, receiving his gold medal in the 90 pounds division, Daniel Simmons from Michael. Again, ladies and gentlemen, receiving his gold medal, representing the second city, Grand Bahama, Josiah Smith in the 125 pounds. And finally, the Cloud Man, representing Grand Bahama, the champion, the gold medalist, Keanu Cox, in the 130 division. I was just told he's a two-time champion. Excellent fighter. And ladies and gentlemen, he is also a member of the national team. Thank you very much indeed, Minister Boleg. We will now resume in 5 minutes.
There you have it, the first slate of fighters today receiving their medals from the Honorable Minister Mario Boleg, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture. He and the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, deserve a lot of credit for getting these games off, first of
Absolutely.
all.
Absolutely.
Coming into the Golden Jubilee of Independence, this is a perfect time to bring these games back because it's all about bringing everyone together. It's all about all of us moving forward together, onward, upward together. And I think, of course, with sports, it brings a lot of unity. You know, these athletes, you know, they're competing against each other, but this is where bonds are made.
Lifelong bonds.
Lifelong bonds.
That's what sporting does.
And I think sport was the perfect glue to bring the Golden Jubilee together.
Absolutely, and we've been covering several sports, and since the start of this thing, this is now day 9 for us.
Right.
So, but
feels like 1,000.
So, but everywhere that we went, and all of the sporting disciplines that we covered, everyone was so excited. Everyone was so happy to see these things happen. And softball, of course, softball is going to be a hot.
Right. They going in like 2 a.m. in the morning.
2 a.m. I left out there 2 a.m. the other night, but people were still coming.
Right.
And it shows that there is a bright future for this Bahama Games.
And as we were listening to someone from Long Island speak earlier, you know, of course, you know, they have some development that's needed on the island in terms of their sports. They want to bring softball and baseball up to par. Because Long Island has a lot to offer in softball, as we saw.
We see.
We saw. Softball has Long Island has a lot to offer when it comes to that sport, so definitely want to get them going. All the islands. You know, that's the thing about these Golden Jubilee games. It helps us to see the talent that we have from Bimini all the way down to Inagua.
Absolutely. I mean, who would have thought you have Andros, Long Island, who hasn't played that, they haven't played softball in years.
Right.
But they were able to come here and put on a competition and show that it's just raw talent that they have versus some of the other islands who play year round. And they made it into the final round. And so kudos to them. And then going back to the sport of boxing, we don't have as many federations as we would like to. We don't have those sporting facilities in terms of the boxing facilities throughout the country, but we have the potential. We have the young people who show desire to want to be boxers, and they are the ones that will keep this sport alive for years to come.
Right, and definitely, as you can see, even from the young ones, it starts from there. You know, for every sport, from a grassroots perspective, it starts from there. Getting them disciplined, getting them developed to go further and carry on, you know, the sport, especially for the country, for their island, you know, for their families. Because you never know what could break for them. As you can see, obviously, evident with Buddy Hield, John Quell Jones, in boxing, Toriano Johnson, in baseball, Josh Chisholm. You know, we have so much raw talent. And that's the beauty of these Jubilee Games, and now hopefully the development can progress.
Absolutely. So we have a few more fights coming up in the final day of boxing here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium. We just witnessed a few medals being handed out.
Right.
Kevin Francis of Andros received the silver medal for his division. Milton Newbold receiving a silver medal for New Providence. We had Mario Kadar receiving a silver medal from New Providence. We had Donico Miller receiving a silver in the lightweight division for New Providence. We had Stanley Doris receiving a gold medal in the Pee-wee division. Daniel Simmons from Micah receiving a gold. And Grand Bahama picking up 2 gold medals and winning the championship. And those are the ones that actually will go towards the Bahamas games.
Right.
Those were the fighters that were 16 and up. And so Josiah Smith and Keanu Cox from Grand Bahama picking up 2 gold medals. And so that will go to the count of Grand Bahama.
Definitely. Everyone's letting the pride ring bright. You know, as we bring these games to a close in a matter of, I guess you could say, hours.
We do have the closing ceremony taking place today, and it's been a stretch, long 10 days, but a lot of fun.
Definitely
a lot of
action.
Fun. There was
a lot of fun.
Never a dull moment.
Right. There was
throughout this game.
There was a little something for everyone.
Everyone
across, you know. Now, so from, you know, baseball definitely set the tone, you know, and then we moved into all the other major sports like volleyball, basketball, track and field, obviously tennis, soccer, so many disciplines, cycling.
Even cycling. But you know what caught my attention? EduCart.
Right. We really should have put more of a spotlight on EduCart. There was something that was newly introduced to these Bahamas games, and I think that should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I wanted to
Don't tell me you wanted to be.
I wanted to be in the race.
I don't see how a tall person would fit into those small go-karts. Oh, I'm sure you would have made it happen. So
I would have made it happen somehow. Listen, if my one leg could get in, I was going in there.
We are getting ready for
that would be the fifth bout of the afternoon. And that would be a junior welterweight bout between Larico Baker and Tishla Francois. We're going to get those islands that they are representing in just a moment. But 3 fights so far, referee stopping, and as we go to those fights with heavier weights, we're going to see a lot more of that.
Definitely, we're going to see a lot more heavy swinging, a lot more as we move into the introduction of the fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage in the red corner, all the way from the salty planet Great Inagua, representing Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Lorico Baker. If Michael in the house, make some noise. Yes, folks, yes, folks. In the blue corner, all the way from the northern Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama. Here's Tesla Francois. Make some noise. It's Freeport in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, these two gladiators, Inagua in the south, Freeport, Grand Bahama in the north. We're going to see who's going to bring the thunder. Is it going to be a tropical storm or is it going to be a hurricane? Ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to witness these two gladiators who've been working out throughout the pandemic. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Michael, are you ready? Freeport, are you ready?
Oh, Michael. I think it's Michael.
We're going to see who's going to be the Walk of Fame or the Walk of Shame. Two gladiators going head to head. Right here at C.I. Gibson Senior High School. Marathon Road, Wolf Road. As the referee examines the headgear and the gloves of the fighter. As the coach adjusts the headgear of his fighter all the way from my car. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hydrate yourself. I know if you're not sweating, I don't know what you're doing. But we have soft refreshments on the outside. You can check the vendors, get something refreshing to drink or hydration of your choice. We get Lorico Baker in the red corner. Then we have Tesla Francois out of Freeport, Grand Bahama in the blue corner. We're going to see if Michael could hold down a goal again and if Freeport could hold down a goal again. It is the battle from the north to the south. Are you ready? All right, folks, the match is about to get on the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is being televised live. And wherever you are in the archipelago, you have an opportunity to view a live gladiator boxing sport right here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, the Bahamas Jubilee Games. Every 4 years, these games take place right here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, the capital. As Mr. Vincent Strong, who is officiating, the ref, is checking the gloves and the headgear of these two young gladiators. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the thunder to either sound in the southeastern Bahamas or the northern Bahamas. We're going to see if this is going to be a tropical depression or this is going to be just rainfall. The climate is about to change. I think it's going to get hot in here, folks. Don't forget to hydrate yourself. Go on the outside, get some ice. Or just jump up and down and that's fine. As the referee give them instructions, this is being televised live. Nobody covers the Bahamas better than Zephyr. ZNS is responsible for all live national events. Lorico Baker is in the black trunk. Tesla Francois is in the blue trunk. Ladies and gentlemen, the fans are anticipating. They're excited. And ladies and gentlemen, as the referee checks the judges, getting the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up to this. Ladies and gentlemen, showtime.
And that is the bell, and that will begin round number 1 of this. That is your knockdown.
Wow.
Tishla Francis of Grand Bahama coming out swinging.
Grand Bahama came in very, I guess you could say, overzealous.
And that's what we talked about as we move further down into the weight category. We're going to see harder hits and we're going to see some knockdowns. And we just witnessed our first knockdown for the day.
This may be another stoppage.
In less than 5 seconds, Tishla Francis coming out, knocking down Lorico Baker of Michael and referee Vincent Strawn stopping the fight. So this will be the third RSC of the morning. Referee stopping the contest.
Like the announcer said, the weather was going to change, and obviously Grand Bahama would bring the thunder. And now that's their, third ref stoppage fight, stop contest. For the final day of these games, and
Tishla Francis of Grand Bahama coming out strong, landing that left and right, and another left that for the knockdown of Lorico Baker of Michael. And referee Vincent Strawn says enough.
He's trying to monitor the temperature of these two fighters in the ring. Obviously, you saw the taunt from Tishla once he got the knockdown. Trying to get these guys to remember it's all about camaraderie and the love of the sport. And you see they're hugging it out now. But I'm sure Lorico Baker would have loved for this fight to continue. I don't think he was ready to.
I don't think he was prepared. I was not watching. I was certainly not prepared for that. We go ringside now for the announcement of the winner.
In a few moments, there's Grand Bahama once again, leaving no doubt in anyone's mind that they're the winner of the fight.
What if we move this to the side here where you can catch a front on shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is being completed. The referee stopped the fight, RSC, in favor of Grand Bahama. Ladies and gentlemen, the blue corner win that one. Grand Bahama has done it again, folks. Grand Bahama came down, and all of the fighters must stop and come and be examined by the doctor. I want to give a round of applause to all of those two gladiators who went in the ring. Yes.
There you have the doctor examining the fighters after their match. But that one was over pretty as soon as it started. Tishla Francois of Grand Bahama knocking down Larico Baker in less than 5 seconds of that bout. And so the win will go to Grand Bahama once again. That is the second or third win for Grand Bahama. Earlier today we saw where Josiah Smith won over Mario Gadaro. Josiah Smith from Grand Bahama. Keno Cox from Grand Bahama. And the lightweight division won over New Providence Buccaneers, Danico Miller. And we just witnessed our third stop of the morning after a knockdown by Tishla Francis to the body of Larico Baker from Michael. We now prepare for the sixth bout in the welterweight. That will be Janaya Francis taking on DeAndre Placide. Shane Stubbs standing by with the winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tishla Francis putting this one to an end in the early moments of this fight. Tishla, talk a little bit about going into this one.
Going in this one, the best thing they do is just find a better fighter. Find someone good, bring some more for me. And stay knocking them out. Pick up the T-Boy, pick up the Dario. I tell y'all I can knock a couple of when I reach out here. That's all I gotta say.
Obviously you're in high spirits. You really wanted to come out and put your stamp on this fight. Just talk a little bit about your preparation.
The only thing, I don't talk much, but the only thing I really get to is just the knocking right. Just want to make it quick, fast, and hurry. Short story.
And that's your motto. Just be aggressive from the jump and let the chips fall as they may.
Just make it fast, make it easy. You don't play with food, you eat food.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Very aggressive, competitive Tishla Francis picking up the gold. Back to you, Ramigo.
Thank you so much, Shane. Tishla Francis of Grand Bahama. Obviously a lot of trash talking happening, but a knockdown happening within 5 seconds of that fight. And he came here saying that he was going to knock down a couple, and he certainly did that, taking down the Rico Baker of Michael. And so, very strong fighter there.
Very, very strong fighter. Not short of confidence, obviously. Obviously his mindset was to, as he said, make it quick. He probably got a lot of things to do. It's not so I guess he ready to party, so he said, make it short, get my gold medal, let's get out of here.
And he certainly did make it quick. That was over as soon as it started. I wasn't even prepared.
I don't think the Rico was prepared either. None of us were prepared for that fight to go as short as it did. But nonetheless, that's the thing about boxing. You gotta expect the unexpected.
Absolutely. And so that was the third fight that the referee stopped. The fourth fight, actually. No, I have it in my notes. That's the third. The third fight that the referee stopped this morning. And so, great day of boxing happening here. A lot of competitive action. Grand Bahama picking up their fourth win of the morning. We just witnessed Tishla Francis knocking down Larico Baker of Michael.
And I'm sure I overheard in the crowd, a lot of them questioned them stopping the fight so quickly, not giving Baker a chance to continue to get back in it. But as you only could go with what the judges or what the ref sees, and I guess he felt Baker could not continue, or he put an end to it just for his safety. But it's what you expect from Michael and Grand Bahama on this last day. Michael has been dominant in the first couple of days. Grand Bahama had a slow start on the first day, kind of rebound in the second. And now today, they're going all out.
Absolutely. And in terms of stopping the fight so quickly, how long do you want it to continue? When you look at, like I said, these are young men and amateur boxing.
Right.
It's important that you don't go the distance because you don't want to cause any serious injuries. And so this is why the referees stop the fight so quickly.
Definitely. I'm sure a lot of the old school guys would be like, just let them go. Getting knocked down is a part of the game. I mean, of course, you want to protect the fighters. These are young fighters. They got a long career ahead of them. Some may go professional, but we're going now to ringside for the announcement of the sixth bout. It's a special place in heaven for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, moments ago you saw electrifying performance between Freeport Grand Bahama and Michael. Freeport was able to defeat Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again right here at C.I. Gibson Senior High School Boxing. In the red corner, representing Michael, here's DeAndre Placide. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see if Michael can be able to do what Freeport did. Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, here's Jariah Francois out of Freeport, Grand Bahama. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be an electrifying performance by Freeport and Michael. Let's see if it's going to be the Walk of Fame or the Walk of Shame. We'll be right back after these messages as we enjoy the fight.
Sorry.
As the referee examines the boxer's gloves and his headgear, he'll give them instructions of the rules and regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Freeport is going to get ready. Michael is going to get ready. Officiating the referee today is Mr. Gregory McPhee as we give him instructions. Ladies and gentlemen, as the referee check for the judges, thumbs up, and showtime.
Of the sixth bout of the afternoon, DeAndre Placide of Michael taking on Jariah Francis of Grand Bahama. Let's go to the ring. Left and a right by Jariah.
And every Grand Bahama fight has come out very aggressive.
Another aggressive fighter from Grand Bahama, Jariah Francis. And DeAndre Placide getting his first 8 count. There's a left and a right again. Another left and a right. DeAndre Placide getting out of the way. Good dodge of that jab.
Michael showing a lot of great defense.
He's in the corner. Jariah Francis, left and a right. And it's another beautiful performance by Grand Bahama Jariah Francis in this welterweight bout. DeAndre Placide clothed in the black. Fatigue starting to settle in. There's another left and a right. Another left and a right. Great jab there by DeAndre of Mike Cal.
I think Mikal smells blood.
Another left by Mike Cal. Mike Cal now coming back. Going
offensive.
Left and a right to the head of Jariah Francis from Grand Bahama. And there's another shot by Mike Cal. And the bell will ring. That will conclude round number 1 of this fight between Jariah Francis of Grand Bahama and Andre Placide of Mike Cal. Fatigue began to settle in on the end of that fight.
Definitely, Mike Cal is letting everyone know, listen, the Grand Bahama run stops here. They've been dominant. They've been dominant in these past couple of fights. And Mike Cal, it seems like Mike Cal has the whole crowd behind them right now.
Mike Cal definitely has a lot of people with him. And I don't know if it was his strategy, but he waited until Jariah Francis kind of started to slow down on those hits. And he started to get aggressive. Definitely. As the crowd started cheering and saying that he's tired.
Right. He withstood that early flurry because he knew at some point if you're swinging that wildly, you're going to tire out. So therefore he picked his spots. He watched, he played his defense, and now he's into round 2. I think he's going to come out very aggressive with this one.
We now head into round 2. Both fighters coming out very aggressive. There's a 2 jab lefted. Grand Bahama counters. Another left and a right. DeAndre Placide on the ropes. A beautiful right by DeAndre Placide.
And there's no let up between these two fighters.
And Jariah Francis, very, very tired. And a left and a right.
We're going to see whose cardio actually stands up. These two not giving an inch.
Absolutely not. This one is going to be hard to call. Both fighters throwing jabs and both connecting to the body of each other.
I think you're definitely going to see DeAndre begin to make a push there. He's seeing Jariah gasping for air.
Absolutely. We're now in the 3 minute per round.
Right.
And so these fights are going to go the distance if there is not a knockdown.
I know Grand Bahama's MO is to leave no doubt in anyone's mind, but you've got to play it smart here. Ooh.
Another right, a beautiful right there by DeAndre Placide. He's now in the corner. Jariah Francis, and the referee will break it up.
The north and the south really going at it. Now they're picking their spots. Jariah going on the offensive. He's
And
got him
there
in the
you
corner.
have both fighters just throwing blows. And that will conclude round number 2. This is a great
close
fight.
second round.
A very, very great fight that we're witnessing right now.
This is going to be the making of a slobber knocker of a third round.
So as we head into the third round, who do you say has this one?
Whoever doesn't get tired first. At this rate, I think they've both already exhausted a little bit of themselves, a little too much. But that's the thing you expect with a gold medal round. You're going to leave it all in the ring. And now, as these two fighters get ready, they're trying to catch their breath.
But we saw earlier in the first, Tisler Francis came out and he just used up a lot of his energy connecting those jabs to the body of DeAndre Placide. But as we got to the end, he began to gasp for air.
Right, pretty much began to give way. But I think DeAndre began to tire himself out in that second round, and here we go to third.
And it looks as though Jariah Francis has repowered, is re-energized.
I think this is the hardest the refs have worked all day.
There we have it. It was close, almost a knockdown. He's now in the corner. Jariah Francis now have him in the corner. DeAndre Placide. It seems as though he's saying his helmet or his headgear needs to be fixed.
Adjust. If that's expected, you know, these guys are going all out. We see his coach talking him up a little bit. Letting him know. Just a few short minutes. Give it all you've got.
But now in the third round of this match. Great jab there by DeAndre Placide. And Jariah Francis still staying strong with those jabs. Left and right hooks to the body of DeAndre Placide of Michael. There, he got out of the way of that one.
In the last couple seconds of this fight,
these two fighters are both certainly
trying to get the edge of one another
as the time winds down.
This is going to be a close decision.
Francis still attacking. And the stadium, everyone is on edge as this fight continues. And that will conclude round number 3.
A very, very spirited fight from these two fighters.
Jariah Francis of Grand Bahama taking on DeAndre Placide of Michael in this welterweight, the 6th fight of this afternoon in the final round. Definitely a great fight by both fighters, Jariah Francis and DeAndre Placide. There we have Francis was able to get him in the corner a few times, and there he just started throwing those jabs and uppercuts and left and right hooks. And that's what twisted the headgear of DeAndre Placide. And while both fighters put on an exceptional performance just now, I think Grand Bahama came out strong and overpowered him on that one.
Definitely, it definitely came down to that third round. It seemed like Jariah was the stronger one that withstood everything in that third round. Obviously, DeAndre, I think he might have won that second round to kind of keep him in this one. But now it's going to be a very, very close call. I don't want to be these judges at this moment.
Certainly not. Referee Gregory McPhee now handing over the score sheets to be tallied by the judges. And we await to hear the winner of the 6th bout in this welterweight round.
And as you can expect from these two islands, well, these two, Grand Bahama and Michael, there's a lot of pride on the line, with Grand Bahama being one of the top teams today and Michael having a strong showing all games.
And as we see,
we've got a few legends in the house.
Boxing legends are now in the house. Tell us what's happening.
We have Sugar Kid Boat. He's a boxer for many, many years right here in the Bahamas. He fought here on the board. Then we got Ray Minus Sr. Ray Minus Sr. hold the title of the welterweight champion. He was defeated by Elijah Bed. That's the only Bahamian beat Ray Minus. He was fighting for the Bahamas. That's the father of Ray Minus Jr. Okay?
As you have it, as we mentioned earlier, our boxing giants deserving all their due recognition. The father of the late Ray Minus Jr., Ray Minus Sr., ringside, along with David Sugar Kid Bow. Getting an eyeful of this young and up-and-coming talent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Ladies and gentlemen, there was
a great match by both fighters. We just witnessed Uriah Francis of Grand Bahama and DeAndre Plessard
once
of
again, successfully, Freeport Grand Bahama
of this boxing segment. And there you have it, Uriah Francis of Grand Bahama picking up the win over DeAndre Plessard of Michael.
A very, very close contest between those two fighters.
Certainly a close contest, but Uriah Francis of Grand Bahama able to come away with the win. He came out very strong and was able to make contact to the body of DeAndre Plessard and essentially scored more points. And that's what it all boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. We are using a 10-point butt system, and the winner must get 10 points. And as we mentioned earlier, the legal punches will be counted, and those legal punches must be knuckle punches. Anything from the side of the fist will not be counted as a legal punch. Or the side of the glove. So with straight jabs, that will gain points in this 10-point butt system that is being used. But a great fight we just witnessed, and we've been witnessing great fights all morning. So far we have seen Kevin Francis in the first bout of the morning. Kevin Francis of New Providence Buccaneers won over Stanley Dorelis of Andrus. The second bout of the morning, we've seen Daniel Simmons of Michael win over Milton Newbold of New Providence. In the featherweight, which is 160 pounds, we've seen Josiah Smith of Grand Bahama win over New Providence Mario Gadaro. Let's take it over to Shane Stubbs, who's standing by with our winner, Uriah Francis. Shane.
Uriah, that was a very, very spirited fight. The first round, you came out very aggressive. In the second, Michael kind of responded. In the third, it came down to that third round. What was your mindset?
I ain't gonna lie, I thank God for being here because the last fight I had, I fought and I got a silver medal. But this time I just went back to the gym, I trained hard, and now this time I got the gold. So during the fight, I came out explosive because that was my plan throughout to get the 8 counts and basically end the fight quick. But I didn't get all that I wanted. But the second round I just tried to recover. I basically still was scoring points because he did come at me. I was a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. But I just threw the jab out, make sure I kept getting points even though I was tired. The third round, I was like, bro, I gotta give it my all. And so.
Just talk a little bit about weathering that fatigue.
Now, the tiredness, I trained for that at the gym. Our coach, he make us fight while we tired. If I'm tired, I still could fight. So because of that, I was able to win that fight.
All right, Coach Man, obviously a spirited fight for him. You went the distance. Just talk a little bit what you saw out of your fighter today.
Well, he had a tough opponent. First of all, I'd like to say that the opponent impressed me.
For sure.
He got hot and he fought. And that was really what I wanted. I wanted to test for him. And he responded. We prepare for the worst. So anything less than the absolute worst, we're ready for it, I'm
sure you got a lot more fights to get ready for. Rico, back to you.
So.
Shane, and that was Shane Stubbs standing by with Uriah Francis, the winner of the welterweight bout. He won over Michael's DeAndre Plessard. And so as I was mentioning earlier, we've witnessed some great fights so far. We've seen where Keno Cox of Grand Bahama in the lightweight bout won over Danico Miller of New Providence Buccaneers. We've seen where Tishla Francis won over Tishla Francis of Grand Bahama won over Larico Baker of Michael. And in the welterweight bout, Uriah Francis won in a unanimous decision over Michael DeAndre Plassard. And so 6 bouts down for the morning or the afternoon, and we have about 4 more to go. And so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll get ready to see Jason Bethel against Anai Powell. And as I mentioned, these are exciting matches, so you don't want to miss it. We're going to take a quick break.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee is ready. The officials are ready. The blue corner, are you ready? The red corner, are you ready? And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage for the first time, out of Long Island, the Sheep Runners. Here's A.I. Powell. Ladies and gentlemen, this is his first time into the ring. We're going to see if he's going to float like a butterfly and sting like a sheep. Ladies and gentlemen, in the blue corner, all the way from Freeport, Grand Bahama, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jason Bethel. Ladies and gentlemen, Freeport moments ago was just throwing blows. And let's see if Long Island has the whip. First time in the ring for the day. First time in the ring for this games. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to go and get refreshments. Expected. Today games is being televised live by ZNS. If you're in Inagua, Meguana, Auckland, Crooked Island, just tune in. Long Island looks ready. Grand Bahama looks ready. Ladies and gentlemen, officiating today is Mr. Vincent Strong. Ladies and gentlemen, as they go, showtime!
Of course, Jason Bethel being the shorter of the opponents coming in hot. But Anai Powell is no stranger. He's no stranger to this.
Here we are now in the first round of the matchup between Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama in the blue and Anai Powell of Long Island. This is our first look at Long Island for the day. And the right, and a beautiful combination there by Grand Bahama.
Combinations by Grand Bahama.
Anai Powell in the corner. Great body shot there by Anai Powell. Anai Powell clothed in the red and black trunks.
You can look for Anai Powell to kind of use his length, his range, He just really got to stick it.
And Anai Powell just coming back with a left and a right combination to the body of Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama. This is another hotly contested match.
Definitely. These two are a lot more seasoned.
And as you can see, Shane, there's a clear height difference here. And Anaya Powell has a longer reach than Jason Bethel.
Definitely. It's going to be easier for Anaya to score points with that jab. But Jason Bethel not showing any signs of fear. He's getting in there. He's landing some shots to get his points in.
Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama getting his first 8 count.
Powell
there you see another
combination
by Anaya Powell, Long Island. A beautiful 1-2-3 combination there as we end the first round and go into the second.
Anaya Powell, who has a number of fights under his belt. Like I say, he's one of the more seasoned fighters, you know, in these games right now, and it's definitely showing.
I think it looked as though Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama was going to be the winner of this as we started, but as we got to the end of that first round, we saw some combinations by Anaya Powell landing to the body. And I think Anaya Powell certainly won that first round. And here we go to the start of the second. And now we see Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama has Anaya once again in the corner and landing those body shots.
He knows he's behind. He's definitely got to make up some ground. Anaya definitely owned that first round, but
2 jabs by Anaya. Good headshot there by Powell. Another by Bethel. Another by Powell. Powell once again getting out of that corner.
You see Powell playing this smart. Throwing that jab out there and getting out the way.
There's a great body jabs there by Anaya Powell to the body of Jason Bethel.
You see the confidence just oozing out of Powell at this point.
And Jason Bethel of Grand Bahama will get his first 8 counts.
And Powell in the corner just waiting. You can see he smells blood.
And that will do it for that fight.
Yay!
Jason Bethel unable to continue.
Powell dances.
Anaya Powell overpowering Jason Bethel. It was body shots that was just too much for him to handle. And it was those combinations on the bottom.
A whole lot of power in those shots. Grand Bahama is kind of sucking wind right now.
There you have it. The fourth RSC during this contest, which is referee stop contest. But that's just not witnessed the RSCB, which is referee stop contest due to body shots. Which came by Anaya Powell to the body of Jason Bethel. And as he was getting his 8 count, referee Vincent Strawn recognized that he was unable to continue and stopped the fight. And so that will go to Long Island, Anaya Powell. Here's the replay as we look at the 8 count. And we see that Bethel was certainly unable to continue. And so referee Vincent Strawn stopped the fight, stopped the contest. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful performance there by Anaya Powell of Long Island to get that win, connecting with those body shots in the second round.
Ladies and gentlemen, moments ago we just saw electrifying performance from Freeport and Long Island.
Here we go now to the ring for the announcement of the winner.
The referee stopped the fight because of the body shots. RSCB. Ladies and gentlemen, Long Island has gone home. Watch the dance, watch the dance, watch Long Island dance. Long Island,
and a little celebratory dance there by Anaya Powell. Picking up that win over Grand Bahama, Jason Bethel, who's now being checked by the doctor. And you see there the doctor checking out the torso of Bethel, who received quite a few jabs to the body. And Jason Bethel being checked out by the doctors. Anaya Powell now getting checked out. But he looks pretty good. Definitely excited. As we go to the replay, we see those head shots and that body shot right there to Bethel that resulted in an 8 count by the referee. So definitely a great boxing display there by Anaya Powell, who is obviously a great fighter. Blocking the shots from Bethel up high and counter it punching below. We've just witnessed our 7th bout of the final day of boxing here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium. We have about 3 more fights left for today. Peter Gray will take on Kevin Burrows. And then we will move over to our cruiserweight matches. Colin Smith taking on Lionel Pinder, and Christian Thompson taking on Clarence Hepburn. Send it over to Shane Stubbs now, who is standing by with Anaya Powell of Long Island.
We're standing here with Anaya Powell representing Long Island, along with this coach, Carl Heel. Anaya, you definitely wanted to work the body in this one. Just talk a little bit about, going into this fight.
Me personally, I always had a problem with taller fighters. So my coach Carl helped me to use my distance. I never used to take advantage of my height. But now, training with him, he get me doing what I'm supposed to do. You understand?
You were pretty much dancing after that one. You went in all confident coming out of this one.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's next for you now, as you go, man?
Me and Carl, we can go to Guatemala, and then we can go to Colombia, and I think Guyana. We got a schoolboy tournament. And I'm trying to get as much fights as I could get so I could go to the nationals in the U.S.
All right, man. Carl, just talk a little about Anaya Powell's growth, in these games and, as a boxer.
I mean, he young. He just turned 18, so I just trying to advance him at a level so he can be better. He still have a lot to learn, but for his age, he's very strong. He's very, very strong. He was sparring elite fighters in Cuba, and they was like, that kid got a lot of power. So, just more work to do. That's just a victory with a small work to do.
With your expertise, what do you plan, instill in this young fight?
No, my plan is to execute my knowledge to him so when I retire in the next 2-3 years, he could be the next one to carry the flag with all the competitors. Because we got a lot of young kids here performing with us to be the next generation to take the flag. Because I'm a one-man right now carrying the flag, so we just got to get the growth for the youths now.
There you have it. It's all about getting the youth ready. Ramiko, back to you.
Thank you so much, Shane. Standing by, we just interviewed the winner, Anaya Powell, a great fighter, was able to get those body shots in on Jason Bethel and come up with the win. We now go to the ring now for our 8th fight of the afternoon. Peter Gray taking on Kevin Burrows.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Michael, are you ready? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Freeport, are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage in the red corner for the first time, all the way from Michael, the Salty Planet, here's Kevin Burrows. Ladies and gentlemen, out of the Northern Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama, coming to the stage for the first time, here's Peter Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, these two gladiators are going to be going head to head. The North versus the South. Let's see if the Salty Planet get it to put the seasoning on Freeport. And let's see if Freeport can rain hails on the Salty Planet. But only one way to find out, folks. Right here at C.I. Gibson Senior High at the Jubilee Games, Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after these messages.
Grand Bahama, Peter Gray, getting his gloves checked out by Gregory McPhee. He will be taking on Kevin Burrows of Michael.
Another North versus South battle.
Here we go. And as we got later in the afternoon, like I said, we're going to witness a lot more hard hitting. And we've seen 4 fights that were stopped so far. And just now, the 4th fight, which was stopped due to a body shot by Anaya Powell to Jason Bethel. And a great fight by Anaya to come up with the win. As we head now to the ring for the 8th bout of the afternoon. Here we go.
And there seems to be a little disdain for Grand Bahama in the gym. Heard a lot of boos during the intros. It's kind of interesting.
Absolutely. A
lot of wild punches early.
When Michael, Kevin Burrows seems very determined in this fight. Looking over to his coach saying, I got him.
As we wait for one of these.
There's a good left and a right.
As we look for one of these fighters to establish dominance. He's still kind of feeding out.
Another left by Michael. Great combination there by Peter Gray of Grand Bahama.
Gray keeping his distance.
Peter Gray of Grand Bahama on the attack now.
both obviously have similar styles.
It seems like both boxers have similar fighting styles. They wait until the punch is thrown and then they counter.
Right. I say this first round seems to be like a feeling out process to see which one can gain ground.
And that is the end of round number 1 in our 8th bout of the afternoon here at the T.I. Gibson Gymnasium. A pretty quiet match just now. Both fighters are staying in tune to what's happening in the ring. They didn't see much wild throws, just very decisive punches.
And you can, both coaches now are giving their fighters the pointers, what they see, what they should start doing. Mike Howell's coach telling him to use his jab. Jermaine, I'm sure, is telling his fighter, just remain poised, wait for the opening, and attack. But right now, it's pretty much a stalemate with these two fighters. And that's expected, I'm sure these fighters don't see each other a lot, so.
But if you look at this replay, you see the body movement by both fighters. They're able to get out of the way of those jabs and hooks of each other. And so maybe a low scoring, but we may not have gotten all of those points in the first round, but we'll see what happens in the second round as both fighters now prepare for round number 2. There's the bell. Burroughs coming out, swinging. Peter Gray of Grand Bahama doing the same. There you have a combination by Grand Bahama. A left and a right.
Both fighters seem to have the same
Great
thing in
right
mind.
hand there by Kevin Burroughs of Mike Howell. Another right hand there by Burroughs. Gray has to be careful of that right hand by Burroughs. He doesn't want him to connect with that. There you have another right hand by Burroughs.
That was a stinger.
That will result
in an 8, maybe an 8 count here.
And an 8 count. That was a powerful
right
hit
hand
there to the head of Peter Gray. He has to be careful. He's setting him up for that right hand again.
Right. Burroughs lining him up.
Yeah, he has a jab with that left hand.
There it is again.
Gray coming back with another
There
roll
it is
and
again.
another right hand by Kevin Burroughs of Mykal to Peter Gray.
Gray's got to keep that right hand up. Well, that left hand up, I should say. That right hand is coming in with a vengeance, and there it is again.
And it seems as though Gray is not doing too well on the defensive side. And the referee will stop the contest.
The fight.
He will stop the contest.
They stopped the fight. Burroughs dominating that second round. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Jab,
Kevin
jab,
Burroughs
right.
of Mykal connecting 3 to 4 right hands to the body of Peter Gray, resulting in several 8 counts. And referee Gregory McPhee says enough.
Burroughs going with the 2 jabs and the overhand right, which was the recipe for victory today for him. And he was actually talking to Toriano earlier, saying, you know, he's going to show him something. He definitely did.
And if he showed him that right, that was a deadly right hand.
Very
Three
deadly
right hands to the face of Peter Gray of Grand Bahama, resulting in 8 counts. And by the third time, the referee says that's enough. We can't allow this fight to continue. And that was the end. That is the 5th time the fight has been stopped for the morning as a result of the referee witnessing that the fighter could not continue.
Right. And Michael definitely once again showing what the South is all about. And this has pretty much been Michael and Grand Bahama's day so far.
There you have a shot there of Kevin Burrows.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here at C.I. Gibson Senior High School, we just witnessed 2 gladiators going head to head right here in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner is Kevin Burrows. In the blue corner is Peter Gray. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stopped the contest by the way as Kevin Burrows.
And so Kevin Burrows coming out with the win due to the referee stopping the contest after Peter Gray or Kevin Burrows landed several right hands to the face of Peter Gray out of Grand Bahama. And so Grand Bahama losing that one and also losing the one prior to that match. Jason Bethel lost to Anaya Powell. And taking a look at my sheets here, Grand Bahama, however, did win in the welterweight match over DeAndre Placide. And we see there the doctors now taking a look at Peter Gray and speaking to him. But so far we've seen 8 exceptional fights, and we move now to our final 2 of the afternoon here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium for the final day of boxing, the gold medal rounds. We will see Lionel Pinder in the cruiserweight division taking on Colin Smith. After that, we will see Christian Thompson taking on Clarence Hepburn. We'll get the islands in just a few moments. But a beautiful, beautiful day of boxing so far. We go now to Shane Stubbs, who's standing by with Kevin Burrows, your winner.
Right, I'm here with Kevin Burrows. You took full control of that one in the second round, obviously with the 2 left jabs on the right. It wasn't broke, so you didn't fix it. So just talking about, you know, the pride you had in getting this win.
Yes, sir. But I come out here to do this fight for my old man, because if he was there, I know he'd have been proud of me. But this is also for my hometown, and I tell everybody it's coming here for my goal.
All right, just talk a little bit about representing Michael at these games and come away with this gold medal.
I feel good, man. My first fight, I get my one. That's all I wanted.
You were talking to Toriano earlier, and you said you were going to show him something. Definitely, you showed him something in this fight.
Yes, I tell him that. Don't worry, everything cool, look.
All right, Coach Rigo, just talk a little bit about what you saw out of your fighter today in the ring.
Yeah, he fought a good fight. First round, he's kind of anxious because this is his first fight. So he come out rushing. So after the first round, selling him down, they got a fight box. Right, they wait on him, boxing jab, and he started. That was it. The movie's over.
Definitely not bad for his first fight. Just talk about the pride, Mike Hall is showing here at these games.
Come on, we work hard. We come here to win. We put in plenty time. Young boys, these fellas, they come to win. If you beat them, you come for a fight. We come to take over.
Hey, y'all heard it from the South. Hold on.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my two coaches who were guard with me. They fought, they pushed me, they never let me give up. Thank my two coaches.
I told you all that. I told you all what's going to happen. We're coming back for all the gold in the Bahamas. All!
The South is loud and proud. Rumiko, back to you.
Thank you so much, Shane. There we have reporter Shane Stubbs interviewing the winner of that bout just now, Kevin Burrows, over Peter Gray of Grand Bahama. And a beautiful fight there, whether we just witnessed. And we head now to our final two fights of the afternoon. Lionel Pinder taking on Connell Smith. This is the cruiserweight division. Christian Thompson and Clarence Hepburn will follow, but box and jab. We now will have a presentation taking place ringside as we go now to that presentation.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is indeed an honor and a pleasure. Two of our most famous boxers from time past. They're still here with us today. They are indeed our senior citizens. Ray Minus Senior and David Sugar Kid Bow, a.k.a. Sugar Time. Our Minister of Social Service and the Member of Parliament for Marathon constituency, the Honorable Lisa Ramming, will make this presentation to Ray Minus Senior, the greatest boxer from Andros.
Witnessing on the screen is the family members of Ray Minus Jr. And the father of Ray Minus Jr. receiving a plaque from the Boxing Federation.
Yes, they're all smiles. This presentation in memoriam of the family member, a boxing giant, someone who has done a lot, for the boxing community nationally. It's not just Nassau. His reach wasn't just central. It was north. It was south. He did a lot for these boxers, and he gave a lot of these boxers hope.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, and the family members obviously here on behalf of Ray Minus Jr., the father receiving that plaque, but followed in his father's footsteps.
Definitely.
And
Definitely
there's
did.
nothing greater for a father to receive than to know that their son is following in their footsteps. And
I'm sure
Minister Ramming will present David Sugar Kid Bow, a.k.a. Sugar Time. This plaque in honor of his contribution to boxing over the many years as a fighter, as a benefactor, and indeed a freedom fighter also. Sugar Kid Bow.
Thank you. And obviously a special moment for both of these giants here today. And it's definitely something, for these Bahamas games to, like I said earlier, to recognize these guys who have done so much. And you definitely can feel the spirit of Ray Minus Jr. here in the gymnasium as these boxers continue to give it their all as we go into the final two bouts.
absolutely. So we saw 3 plaques given away. Wellington Ramming receiving a plaque from the Boxing Federation. David Sugar Kid Bow receiving a plaque from the Federation, and the father of Ray Minus Jr. receiving a plaque as well. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, presenting those plaques to Wellington Ramming.
It's very something special, something solemn.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we were talking earlier, we talked about some of the fights that we've seen so far. A lot of fighters talked about how they watched Ray Miners growing up and how he was one of their favorite fighters, and they're following in his footsteps, and so they obviously got the opportunity to meet his father as well, and so that is a beautiful thing.
Definitely is a beautiful thing. Even like you said earlier, for a parent to, see what their child has accomplished and done, it's a beautiful thing. And, for him to live this long and see just how much his son meant to this country, not even just on a boxing level, just on a personal level, what he meant. And I'm sure it was so touching for him. And, it's definitely something we definitely have to keep his memory going.
As we're being told, one more presentation will take place.
Ladies and gentlemen, this plaque is on behalf of Leonard Boston Blackie Miller, our former national coach, and indeed one who had blazed the trail for boxing and other sports. In his honor, the minister present this plaque to our Secretary General, Mrs. Maydon Ramming, on behalf of Leonard Boston Blackie Miller posthumous.
And another special presentation. Just before we bring this boxing segment to a close, as we go into the final two fights of these Bahamas games, I'm sure Lionel Pinder and Colin Smith are ready to get it on.
Absolutely. And that is what they came here to do. And that's what we've been seeing. The fighters in the ring are putting on an exceptional performance.
Certainly, I would say this is a momentous day. This should be an exciting day. This should be an exciting day for all Bahamians, not only the persons who are the awardees who are being awarded here today, and not only their families, but all of us who are Bahamians. These individuals have contributed significantly to our country in the area of sports and boxing, and I salute them. And personally, I know Sugar Kid Bo, growing up as a little girl, 5 years old on Soldier Road, so I know about him boxing and him having a good relationship with my mom and my family. So to see him to be awarded today, I am happy. We're all family. And so congratulations to all those individuals who will have received the awards today. And certainly on behalf of the Minister of Sports, the Honorable Mario Boleg, and our entire cabinet, we want to say thank you for even being out here today and helping us celebrate our Bahama Games. Thank you.
Congratulations coming in from the Minister of State and Minister of Social Services and Member of Parliament for Marathon, Lisa Ramming, to the family receiving the plaques on behalf of those fighters who've contributed so much to the sport of boxing in the country.
Definitely, as you heard her remarks, the personal, the personal impact, these guys have had on her life. She said she knew them growing up, as a little girl, and it's definitely something special.
Absolutely. As we prepare for the final two bouts of the afternoon, Lionel Pinder in the cruiserweight division taking on Colin Smith, and Christian Thompson in the cruiserweight division taking on Clarence Hepburn. We go now to a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more boxing action here at the C.I. Gibson Gymnasium. Stay tuned.
No for Joe? Ain't no dog, dog? Wait, did you see the egg? Did you see ain't no more? Wait.
Receiving his silver medal in the welterweight division, representing Michael Dontre Plaza. Ladies and gentlemen, receiving his silver medal in the welterweight division, representing Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Bahama, Bahamas, Jason Bethel. Representing Freeport, Grand Bahama, in the junior middleweight division, Peter Gray receiving his silver medal. Representing the gateway to the Bahamas, the city that never sleeps, Louis Novelis, representing Bimini. And representing the salty country of the Bahamas, our country to the south, the great country of Inagua, the great island of Matthew Town, Larico Baker. Representing one of the smallest islands of the Bahamas, which happens to be the capital. I refer to it as the jungle. Representing New Providence, receiving his silver medal, Donico Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, with the gold medal, representing the sheep runners of the country, the longest island, Long Island, Anai Powell. And I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, Anai is a member of the junior national team. There's room for many others. There's room for many others. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man originally from the salty country of the Bahamas. But he went to Freeport, Grand Bahama, and he said he don't want the salt anymore. He said high blood pressure. And so he decided that he will represent Grand Bahama. They call him Cloud Man. Keanu Cox. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen and listen carefully. Representing Michael, but let me just say that he is from Crooked Island. He is a super heavyweight, and he will do well. He will certainly do well. Reginald Morse, representing Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the salty country. Kenvin Burris, gold medalist. Ladies and gentlemen, this one runs deep. This cut deep. I'm a crab catcher. I want you to know I'm one of the best crab catcher from Andros. And listen, this young man is also a heavyweight. And he is representing the big yard with his gold medal, Aaron Fowler, a master point boy, Aaron Fowler. Grand Bahama in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, you missed one of the best match of the day. Yes, indeed. Representing Grand Bahama, Jiraiya Francois. And indeed, Grand Bahama in the house again. And he surprised me. The last time I saw him forward, he's really moved. He made a difference here. He's representing Grand Bahama. And he is none other, again, Keishla Francois, another Francois. And we back to the island in the spring, Bimini. Lubin's novelist again. He's now receiving his gold medal, representing Bimini, the beautiful island of Bimini. Ladies and gentlemen, our most senior elite boxer represent the Bahamas and continue to represent the Bahamas. And indeed, in another 2 weeks, we'll be heading down to Colombia, Guatemala, and then Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, representing New Providence in the middleweight division, Carl, the franchise Heald. And we back to Grand Bahama. Representing Grand Bahama, very tall, rangy young fighter, Delano Knowles. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies will not be outdone. She is like a tigress. Again, Grand Bahama. Tyra Roll, Grand Bahama. The female. So the females are on the rise. Josiah, Grand Bahama again. Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Bahama again. Josiah Smith. Josiah the JP. Colin Smith, Grand Bahama. Which island? Huh? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the beautiful island of Abaco, the survivors, Julian Waldron, super heavyweight. Thank you very much. And again, representing the big yard, my yard, ladies and gentlemen, Lionel Pinder. Most popular young boxers in the country today. Yes. He is again from the salty nation of the Bahamas. He is from Inagua. Ladies and gentlemen, Israel Cox. Inagua again. Ladies and gentlemen, the salty nation in the house again. Oviedo, Lightburn, salty country. Ladies and gentlemen, again, from the salty nation of the Bahamas, from Micah, Latino Smith. Who's next? Ladies and gentlemen, the New Providence, again, Donica Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaden Arnett again from the Salty Nation. Ladies and gentlemen, again from Michael, Timothy Smith. Nacario, Arnett. You were on it. Again, Michael, Letario Arnett. Michael again, Ronaldo Cunningham. Are we ready for the certificates? We don't have a doctor. So we want to do this now. This is another one. That's it? That's it.
I need to get all the coaches and all the judges around to the square.
All the coaches and the judges to the square, please. To the ring. Come on, Jeffrey. All the coaches and all the judges to the ring. You're going to be getting honored. You're going to be getting honored. All right. To the front of the ring, to the front of the ring. All the coaches and judges to the front of the ring. Jermaine Gibson, please come to the front of the ring. We need Arthur Missick to the ring. All the coaches and judges to the ring. Arthur Missick to the ring. Luciano McPhee to the ring. Gidget Williams to the ring. Gidget Williams, Jeffrey to the ring. Get to the front of the ring. Gidget to the front of the ring, please. Thank you. I didn't call y'all's name. All right. Good. Here we go. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. Come on in the ring. Come on in the ring. Mr. Ingram, inside the ring. Coaches, inside the ring, please. We're going to honor y'all. We're going to honor you. Gentlemen, inside the ring. We're going to honor y'all. We're going to, yeah. All right. Coaches and judges inside the ring. Jermaine, get in the ring now, sir. Thank you, sir. Set it on this. Tired of this stuff. You know, that's the problem right here. Not running fast. Come on in. Valentino, what's your coach's name? Okay, cool. Okay. Are all the coaches and judges inside of the ring? Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to honor the hard-working people behind the scenes, making it so that they can get a certification and be appreciated properly. We're going to start with a man that rings the bell, Mr. Arthur Missick. Please come forward. Hold on. Clap for the man. There you go. There you go, sir. Yep. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. All right. All right. Next, we have one of our judges / certified boxing coaches / certified referees, Mr. Luciano McPhee. Come forward, sir, please. All right. All right. Here you go, sir. All right. You're welcome. Next, we have the one and only female certified boxing coach, certified referee, and certified judge, Miss Gidget Williams. Come forward. All right. Next, we have a man that has tirelessly worked to become a certified boxing coach, certified referee, certified judge, Mr. Jeffrey Miller. Hey, hey. You're welcome. Appreciate you. All right, here, show the camera. Good. Next, we have a Mr. Miller. Achina. Valentino. Oh, yeah. Amit. Al Pacino? Mr. Al Pacino Allen. Very good. Hey, congratulations, sir. Wonderful job.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Hey,
Thank you.
you're most definitely welcome.
All right, thanks.
Here, show the camera. Excellent.